Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the You Betcha Radio podcast. We are finally full strength, boys.
It's been a minute.
It's been, what, a month?
I think so.
So, Tyler, you just got back from bear hunting in Canada.
Right on.
What happened? Did you get a bear?
I did get a bear. Shot a bear on the second night. I was absolutely
So why weren't you in the office the next day?
Well, because I had to go on my fishing trip after that.
Yeah, fucking walleye trip.
Got a shitload of those too.
Absolutely hammering.
So did you just shoot a bear, or because you went with your dad, did he also shoot a bear?
He did, but we didn't find it.
That's bad.
It is. He hit it in the shoulder, so it only went in like 2 inches. So the bear's fine.
That's bad news, bears.
It is bad news, bears. But there were 6 of us on the trip in our group, and we went 5 for 6. So
Like Dave.
Like Dave.
yeah,
God damn it.
five for 6 on the bears.
Let's go, dude.
There you go, Bob.
I mean, 5 for 6 in my mind is a loss, considering that you basically were just shooting fish in a barrel. You were just on a bear farm.
No, so
Good for
we're
baseball.
it was really cool. We were on our way to the stand the first night, and my dad looks at me and he's like, "This is gonna ruin bear hunting for you back home. There's so many more bears out here. It's gonna ruin bear hunting." So I get in the stand the first night, and I'm gonna do my best Fred Bear impersonation and just sit as still as I possibly can. I had my bow in my lap, didn't even hang it up, clipped on my release, and I sat there for 8.5 hours and didn't see a fucking
No
bear.
phone?
I check my phone every once in a while, but there's no service. I'm
Yeah.
in the middle of nowhere.
So your phone's useless.
Pretty much. You could like try to send messages with that new satellite deal,
Mm.
but it wasn't working great.
Just on the calculator app.
Yeah, just type in 80085 and then giggling.
Yeah, or like what I do is I like to see how much money I make with the S&P 500, doubling my money every 7 years. So it's like, all right, if I put $2 in and I invest for 140 years, would I have $1 million? I like to do that with the calculator app.
Yeah. Fun little brain games.
I didn't get that in depth, but I sat there the first night for so long and didn't see anything. And I was like, well, bear hunting at home's not ruined yet.
So you sat all through the night, like pitch black, you were fucking spotlighting or what?
No, so you sit pretty fucking late. So you from the lodge, you put the 4-wheelers on the trailer, and we drove like 45 minutes to an hour from the lodge. We dropped the 4-wheelers and then went another 45 minutes off into the bush. So we're a long ways out there. And then the guide brings one hunter in and then takes the other hunter another 30 minutes through the bush. So he'll pick up one hunter at dark, and then you do have to sit there in the dark for a while and wait for your guide to come get you.
Yeah. Yeah. It's fucking big bush.
It was
Takes that long.
a lot of bush.
All right, so let's get to you shooting the bear here now.
Okay, yeah, I got the morning after my dad hit one, we went to go track it, right? And so we get to the bait, and the bait's down by a river, and we park the 4-wheelers up on top of a hill, and the guy's like, "Hey, Tyler, go peek over the hill, see if there's any bears in the bait." And so I peek up over the hill, and there's a bear right at the bait. And I was like,
Nice.
"Here we go, we got one." And it ended up being a sow with cubs, and she was a mean bitch. Just they chop their teeth at you to like get you to go away. She was chomping her teeth at us, and then she's scared off. We didn't find her. And then that night, I'm in the stand, and I see my first bear, and it's that little dinker. I put him on my story, so I saw him, and they're
let's get to shooting the bear.
I am. And boars, they're in heat, so they hate each other. So the little bear spooks off. He runs away. I'm like, oh shit, here comes big boy. And nothing for like 20 minutes. The little guy just sits there, and he just sits there and looks at me like 100 yards away for the rest of the night. And then right at like getting close to dark, he starts walking towards me, and he stops like 15 yards away from the bait, looks over my shoulder, and sprints away. So like, and I look over my shoulder, and here comes black through the brush. I'm like, all right, here comes the big guy. So I clip on, and he's heads behind some brush. So I go to full draw, and he stops at like 8 yards in front of me. And he turns and looks back. And so his head and his shoulder are covering his vitals. And I can't take that shot. So then he keeps walking. Now he's out of my sight. I have to let my bow down. And he does a full circle in the woods, comes back to the bait. So I go back to full draw again, but now he's quartering to me. So I can't shoot him. Then he goes on the back side of the bait and he's facing me, so I can't shoot him. Then he goes on the left side of the bait, quartering to me again, so I can't shoot him again. And I'm at full draw this whole freaking time. And then finally he starts to walk away from the bait, but I still don't have a good shot. And he stops and his back paw was back. So when their paw is back, their shoulder blade is over their vitals. So I was waiting and I'm at full draw this whole time. I'm starting to get a little bit shaky. And his front paw steps forward. And then I shoot him. I smoke him. He runs into the woods 35 yards and dies. And I hear the death moan and everything. And it was fucking awesome.
Nice.
Oofta. I wouldn't have been able to hold. I'm
Dude,
not. Yeah.
I held my bow longer at full draw than I ever have in my life. And I didn't really realize how long it was until after. And I was just shaking.
Yeah, it's like when you haven't had booze in like a month or so.
Exactly, dude.
Like the first 20.
That's be after a day.
I was just having withdrawals in the stand. But I don't know. It might be too graphic for the podcast. You guys decide. But I recorded the death moan in the woods.
Yeah, we don't need to. Yeah, I think.
If anyone listening wants to hear it, just let me know. I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Send
Can
me a
you just
DM.
do
I'll
it
pass
with
to
your
Tyler.
mouth right now? Just sounds like my dad, like on the couch falling asleep.
Yeah.
Taking a shit.
Yeah, or just get up from a nap, trying to just get up, walk around a little bit.
Actually, my dad does this thing, so we'll like beach our boat if we're like still using it, and not put it on the lift at the lake. And everyone gets off the boat to go do other stuff, and he always just sits there. Like, I don't know why. He just sits in the chair.
Not ready to get up.
And then I'm like doing something in the cabin, and I look out, and he's just or sitting in the seat with his head cranked all the way back, just sleeping. It looked like the most uncomfortable thing. And if I'd have been outside, I think I would have heard the bear death moan coming out of it.
Yeah.
Start getting scared.
So I shot it right at dark. And so right after I hear the death moan, it wasn't 5 minutes later, I hear the guide coming to get me on the 4-wheeler. And he pulls up and I was like, hey, I just shot one. He's dead right there. So we go down there. He bushwhacks his way through a bunch of little tiny poplar trees to just park right next to the bear. We throw him in the trailer and we get him in the trailer and we get turned around and we just hear right fucking by us. We look over and from me to you away in the bush in the middle of the night, the biggest bear I've ever seen in the wild. Just fucking chomping at us. He was not scared of us one bit. And Jan was the name of my guide. And he's like, we gotta fucking go. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Get in the front of the 4-wheeler. Let's go. And I was like, I can't, dude. We're in thick ass trees. So I have my bow just facing this thing. Jan's in the 4-wheeler trying to bust a path out of the bush. And he hits a tree that's too big for the 4-wheeler to mow over. So he like rides it up in a wheelie. And this bear is not moving. This bear is just staying there. And he has a 12 gauge. So he had the gun. And finally he got out when I just backed out of the woods. I just walked backwards out of the woods till we got back to the bait, and I hopped on and we got the fuck out of there.
So you got to start with that story, Tyler.
I was telling it chronologically.
You got to lead in with it. You should start with the bow draw.
Okay. I
enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
I know, but part of a good hunting story is starting at the right moment of the story.
Yeah, well, I thought it was cool.
Well, no, you started with the day before where you sat there for 8 hours doing nothing.
Yeah, you don't start the story at the top. You build up to it.
Yeah. Well, you forgot like what time you guys woke up for your flight and stuff too. Like what?
Yeah.
What was like?
I would have liked to have known that.
Yeah.
details.
So I was at Myles' house shooting a video, and then I booked it over to my dad's, and then we drove to the cities, and then I did get stopped by Homeland Security and Customs on the way home. I had to declare that I have a bear in a tote that I'm bringing on a plane.
Yeah, that'll happen. I've seen that a couple times.
Yeah. I couldn't believe that's how you get your bear home. I thought maybe they would ship it or something. They're like, nah, here's a tote. Just make sure you keep your license on you and you just put it on the plane. Which it makes sense, but I just didn't think that's how you did it.
Me either. No. Yeah.
Is it like a tote, like a cooler tote type vibe?
It's just straight up tote.
No, because it was just the head and the rug.
Yeah, so they
donated the meat
let
or
them
whatever.
keep the meat.
I thought you were bringing meat home.
No, they let them. Otherwise, I would have had to pay I had to pay $300 to ship this thing home. If I had That'd have been very oversized luggage to bring all the meat back.
Couldn't bring it at Yeti because it's bear proof.
That's true. That's very
You
true.
literally open it up, you try to put it in there, and there's like a force field.
What the fuck is going on?
So did you eat any of the meat though?
Yeah, we had like their back straps, and I'm not a fan of just straight up bear meat. I like mixing it in sausage.
Yeah.
So.
You can give it to guys like me.
Yeah.
Or me.
Or
Or
Jared.
me.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, they keep it and they either donate it or they'll use it as bait because bears are cannibals.
Circle of life.
That is true. Food pyramid.
But yeah, it doesn't go to waste, which is good. But yeah, I
Fuck,
had
that's
to
sweet.
stop at Homeland Security's like, what do you got in the tote? Like, it's a bear.
Wouldn't you like to know?
They're like, and then the one guy's like, he was super chill. He's like, yeah, you're good. Anyone from Fish and Wildlife guys, they have their shit together. You can go. And the other guy's like, don't you want to run it through the x-ray? He's like, do you want to see his bear? So then they just let me go.
Kind of. Where's the spot?
Yeah, a little bit.
Great drug smuggling tactic.
Yeah.
Put it in the bear.
Put it for the bear.
Are you gonna use it as a rug or are you gonna put it on the wall?
I think I'm going rug this time
Okay.
because I have a shoulder mounted bear. And then the first bear I killed, I just tanned the hide, kind of like hang it like a wolf pelt. But I'm gonna get a rug.
Do you have to make it into a rug or are you just gonna drop it on the ground? Like, what is the process of making a bear rug?
So they tan the hide first, and then they like trim off the sides, like the belly skin basically gets trimmed off, and then they put a form in the head. So the only thing that's actually stuffed is the head,
Mm.
and then they just like put like felt or something on the bottom side of the hide for the carpet look.
Do you get to choose if the mouth is open or closed?
I think
the
so.
rug?
I think so.
Okay.
Most I've seen are the mouth's always open.
Yeah, I always wondered.
Could you
that.
do like a
I'd catch my
wink?
foot on that.
Could you do a wink with like tongue out?
I'm sure I could.
Like the emoji? That'd be sweet. No, people aren't getting creative enough with mounts.
yeah.
Mhm.
We're not winking. We're not doing nose. Like I'd love a deer like a shoulder mount with the tongue sticking out.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
You know?
A cigar.
So, yeah, cigar in mouth. Yeah. You pick the cigar.
Yeah, you know how you do like a head mount? Could do like go all the way to like just have the front legs.
Yeah.
And then if you every year you get one, you just make the YMCA with their front legs.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or
So,
even,
like,
yeah.
one's
That's
like
good.
this. The other one's like I don't know if they bend that way,
Nah,
but
they would. It'll
we
work.
could make it work.
Yeah.
The C might be the hardest.
Yeah.
Or-
yeah, you definitely like blew out the front shoulder. Where it's just flopping now, and
Yeah.
it just like happens to land over top the head.
Yeah. Or you give him like a British hat, like this deer or whatever, and say it's a European mount.
yeah, yeah. That's a good one, Jarrett. But European mount has no hair or anything. It's just skull.
Right.
But yeah.
Just
Yeah.
a deer holding like a espresso.
Yeah.
Like a fancy espresso.
One of those the
Or a
hats,
tea, I should say.
It's got really bad teeth.
the hats that the French guys wear. They're kind of
A
like a beret.
Yeah.
Yep, put a beret on
It's a
them.
European mount.
Yeah.
You know, a bear rug would look pretty good in the studio.
Yeah.
I just
Dude,
want to throw
my
that out
my
there.
tan hide is here.
That would
It's
look
in my office.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
not in the studio.
I can put it in here.
okay.
I'm not putting my rug in here, no.
Yeah, I mean, were you actually 8 yards away from the biggest bear you've ever seen in your life?
Shit in my
So
fucking
why didn't
pants.
it beat the fuck out of you?
I don't know. It very well could have.
I didn't know they gave you warning signs. I didn't know it was like a rattlesnake where it'll give you warning signs.
Yeah, they chomp they clack their teeth together.
You clack back.
No.
You think the bear was like, oh, fuck, they fucked up my brother, and I don't want him to fuck up me?
No, so I actually think that the big bear had been sitting in there all night, and he was the one that really scared off the little one to start.
Huh.
Because otherwise, the little one just sat there like 100 yards away. He'd have came back in if that big guy wasn't
So
there.
are you a little bit mad you didn't get the bigger bear?
No, I wouldn't have got him because he wouldn't have come in until after dark, and that'd have been illegal. So
Because he's too smart.
yeah,
That's how
they-
you get to be that big.
Yep.
They don't get this big for a reason.
Yeah. So then we went fishing, and we caught the worst day we had fishing was 60 walleyes.
It's insane.
So
Did you donate those too?
no, we kept our limit and ate them.
Put it in your carry-on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. So we
What,
had
do you
to
want
take
to see his walleyes too? Fucking HLS.
we had to take like a shuttle bus to where we parked in the airport and the dudes like grab your bags, you know. He picked up the bear thing. He's like, Jesus, that's a lot of fish. I'm like, it's not a fish.
It's not a fish, my guy. This thing will fucking eat you.
It's a live bear cub that I smuggled in from Canada, actually.
That's not true.
It's not true. Not
That's
true,
not
people.
true.
That was facetious. Another thing that I think you guys will find interesting, we've had a lot of Canadian smoke here the last few days. I was right next to it. We had to get evacuated from the lodge. So the fire was a quarter of a mile from where we were staying, and I saw the flames. The smoke was crazy. They had helicopters landing in the yard of our guide's house, and like the fire crews brought in these big ass sprinklers to wet everything down. It's crazy.
Were you wearing N95 masks in the stand?
I was not. No.
So, I mean, the air quality here was pretty bad. What was it like there?
When the wind was blowing at you, pretty fucking bad. Like the lake we were fishing on, day one, it was crystal clear. You could see all the way across this huge ass lake. The next day, you couldn't see shore
Yeah.
from the house. So
Smoke on the water.
If you've ever met my college buddies, you'd know what that air quality is like up in Canada. You ever get my college buddies in an enclosed room, you'd know what the air quality is like.
It's like a GB on steroids.
So your
Fucking
college
G-
buddies were completely at ease over the last few days.
Yeah, they could not have been like less.
If
worried
anything, it
about what
was actually
happening.
a breath of fresh air. For
Pretty
them.
much. Yeah. They
Going from their living room outside was actually cleaner air.
Yeah, they probably just thought someone left the back door open, or who knows. Like, what are we eating the whole neighborhood? Close that door. Yeah, the neighbors are gonna find out. The whole fucking state's gonna find out.
We're in trouble.
blame it on Canada.
Yeah, blame Canada.
So, what was the cause of these fires? Is it they in a drought or what?
Yeah, it's super, super dry. And then some fires they can pinpoint to irresponsible campers. And they actually, when we left the last 2 days of the hunting, there was a ban on ATVs. So like if those run too hot and you leave it parked in the grass running, it could start a fire.
Jesus.
Decent band name. Ban on ATVs. More of like a
love it.
Yeah, like a small town Saturday night type deal.
Yeah, we can workshop that one.
Yeah.
Now, bands on boats, great band.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah.
We did that alliteration.
It's any alliteration works.
Sure. Sure.
Did you talk to any Canadian folk up there?
Lots of them. I'm a
What
big
it-
fan.
Are you?
I do. I really like Canadians.
I mean, I do too. But what did you?
There's no hiding emotions with those guys. They say exactly how they feel. I love their Canadian lingo. They don't say "a" nearly as much as media makes them seem. But they say cool shit. Like instead of saying like, I didn't see shit tonight, it's like, I didn't see fuck all.
Yeah.
So that's one that I would like to adopt. People don't go places in Canada. They fuck off somewhere. So we're going to fuck off up to these woods. Then when we get there, we'll park the trailers and we'll fuck off over into these woods.
Yeah, they also say grade before the number. So they were in grade,
Yep, grade
one
one.
time back in grade 9.
Yeah, very
Mhm.
trailer park boys.
Yeah, or the washroom. Yeah, there's no bathrooms in Canada. It's all washrooms.
Yep.
They're hitting GBs with fucking Tim Hortons cups.
They say right on a lot.
Do they say bud a lot?
One guy did. That wasn't everybody, but yeah.
Because I've seen the TikToks of basically like if so and so was from Alberta, Canada,
Mm.
and so it's like, oh fuck there, bud, you're doing good.
Moose soup.
Yeah, did it come out moose soupy?
I think she's definitely Canadian.
They also have like random phrases I caught, or like instead of saying like about a half an hour, they say, yeah, it'll take us about 25 half.
No way.
Mm-hmm.
Weird.
Huh.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Just calling it half, not
that's
half
fucked.
hour.
Yep. Take us about 25 half.
That's fucked.
And then so when we moved lodges, our fishing guide, his name was Jerry. He's an older guy. He does say a lot. Like he'll just say it and as a question, like what do you think you're doing over there, eh? And then it'd be like, you won't say anything. You'd be like, eh? And be like,
Yeah.
oh shit, you're talking to me. Sorry. I thought you just throw that at the end of sentences for fun.
Yeah, they just took the Q out of the Spanish lingo.
Yep. Okay.
Poor K.
Yeah.
Poor A.
Well, we're glad to have you back, Tyler.
Yep. Back on home soil.
Kiss the ground when you got back.
Yeah, immediately. Well, after I got through an hour-long line of customs,
Yeah,
then I did.
that's what I always do when I get back to Fargo.
Yep.
Kiss the ground.
Kiss the ground.
Yeah, I get some fucking
he's-
American
he's
currency
full-
back in my pocket.
Jared flies home from Milwaukee,
Yeah.
kisses the ground.
The homeland.
Yeah, glad to be back.
All right, guys, time for prize picks, time of the week. And right now, if you sign up with code YBR on prize pick, you get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lineup. You don't need to win the lineup to receive the $50 bonus. It's just guaranteed.
Mhm.
And this week, we got a good lineup for you guys. NBA Finals start.
Mm-hmm.
Who's excited about that?
Me.
This guy.
I'm sad the Wolves aren't
This
in.
guy. You know, at the beginning of the year, I said, God, if we can just get a Thunder Pacers NBA Finals, I'll be jacked.
Did.
And here we are.
Here we
And
are.
so, what do we got this week, Jared?
I got Pascal Siakam more than 19.5 points.
Okay, Jared or Tyler?
Me?
Fuck.
I got Myles Turner more than 20 and a half points and rebounds.
Red Devil.
Yeah, I left that one out on
Mhm.
mine.
I got
It's not
SGA, which is Shea Gilgeous Alexander.
Shea,
Less than 33 and a half points.
Shea Gilgamesh.
I feel like he's gonna hit a buzzsaw that is the Pacers defense, and I think they're gonna lock SGA down. So you gotta hit the less than 33 and a half.
Yeah, I got Chet Holmgren less than 28 points, rebounds, assists.
Nice.
It's the most
So you're
losses we've had.
thinking Chet's he's not gonna have.
Correct.
You think Chet is gonna absolutely shat the bed?
Well, I just peg him
He's
as
gonna Chet the bed.
I just peg him more as like a 27
You
points,
peg
rebounds, assists.
How long have you been doing that?
I'm pegging him as more of like a 27 points, rebounds, assists type of guy.
Okay.
So I'm going less than 28.
So okay, all right. So there we go.
Hell yeah.
There's the lineup, folks. Do we have any slip picks this week? Guys,
Come on.
Ryan would like to peg you guys as slip picks, guys and gals. So send your slip picks in. We'd love to hear about your wins, maybe even your losses. And maybe there's something we can all learn from the losses as well.
Yeah, I'd like to see the slip picks again before they hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Heaters welcome. Just send them our way.
Heatersonly.com.
Good luck this week. Use code YBR, folks. The end of last week, I realized my neighbor. I'm in what I call a construction hood, where I moved into a new neighborhood, and since I moved in, there's just been some sort of construction going on our street,
Mm-hmm.
and we're almost done. But my neighbors, they were putting in some landscaping, so the curbing that goes around the house.
Yeah.
They had someone come and set that up so that they could get their plants and trees and all that stuff. So I come home or I leave for work in the morning, and a construction crew shows up to do the curbing of landscaping around my neighbor's house. And I come home at night and they're still doing the curbing around their house. And something that I realize is that construction workers love either saying how shitty someone's work is or how slow they are. And that's what happened to me. I literally walk in the house and I go, Ann, what the fuck were those guys doing today? When I left, they were starting. And I know it doesn't take that long to do curbing. What were they doing all day?
No, we got curbing here, so you know the process.
Yeah, I know it's easy. You just dump the cement in there and the machine forms it all for you. I don't know what they were doing all day.
Paid by the hour.
And it's a nice sized house, but I mean, in my mind, it shouldn't have taken them more than 3.5 hours, and they were there for at least 8.
The problem is the homeowner they were doing it for has no idea and was paying them hourly.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I could have a lemonade break too. Could have a long extended lemonade break. Homeowner was
Yeah.
home.
They take a 3-hour lunch.
Yeah, it was hot. Yeah, hot. They were offered showers. Hop in the shower.
I do think the people that get in trouble for this the most, like judge the most, are road construction people. Like no matter what they're doing, everyone's like, they're doing it too fucking slow.
Oh yeah, I mean, so they also have. If you're doing real like large scale road construction, you can't see the end.
Right.
Do you know? So they don't have to work fast. If you pull up to a house, you can see if it's erected or not. You're only seeing like maybe 1/10 of a mile of stretch. So you can't see how much work they haven't or have done.
Right.
So one, that it makes you overjudge because you just think that they're just going slow no matter what. And two, they can be slow because it's so hard to see how little progress they've made.
I also feel too like no matter what trade you're in, if you're not in road construction, you have no fucking clue what they're doing. So like you have no idea how much work it actually takes to put the road in. So you just think it should be as easy as pouring down asphalt.
And something that road construction has going against them is they do need some manpower to just stand around holding signs.
Oh God, yeah.
Anytime you have someone standing there holding a sign, it's immediately red flag in your head goes, they're not doing anything.
So there's road construction in front of my house right now. And then yesterday afternoon, I have a video of it on my phone. I look out my garage window and there's 3 guys just standing there bullshitting. And then the one guy up on the asphalt machine, literally lying back with his hat over his face, taking a fucking nap. And I was like, this project's gonna be in front of my house for a year.
Well, I think
Christmas.
too, it's because like the average person, like if they wanted to tackle a landscaping project and like rent an edger, they could, but no average person with no road construction experience can tackle a road project.
Mhm.
So it's like, it's easier for us to judge the landscape project than it would be the road project.
Yeah.
You also compare your own projects to it, right? You're like, well, they poured our driveway in like a day.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You times that by 100, it should only take them, 100 days.
Yeah. There's way more people
Instead,
out
it
there.
takes them 4 years to get the road construction done.
Yeah, I remember in our last office, they had done the curbing around the landscape, and I guess it just didn't even click how much time had went by since they had left and finished. So I think I went outside to like turn the hose on or something, and I stepped right on top of it, and my foot just sunk all the way through. But hey, they came back, they fucking patched that baby up 30 minutes the next day.
I think it'd say 5
Boom.
hours.
Yeah, no, I blamed on the neighbor too. I was like, yeah, neighbor was coming over to check the spigot out.
Did you actually?
No, but I fucking probably didn't claim it myself.
That's good.
I think I might have blamed one of you guys or something. But
Well, that's the thing with construction workers is everyone except themselves is either bad at their job or way too slow.
Mhm.
There's no get props given anywhere.
There's no good crew but your own.
Mm-hmm.
We're the only ones fucking doing anything.
I've never
around
even
here.
done curbing before, and I knew that they were going too slow. It won't even be trade adjacent. It won't even be the same one.
Mhm.
It'll just be like the concrete guys think the plumbers go too slow.
Yeah.
The plumbers think that the concrete guys are always fucking it up. And it's a perpetual loop over and over and over again.
On the roof, HVAC guys put shit in the wrong spot all the time. Now, that wasn't on our fucking plans. The H guy put this unit somewhere they shouldn't.
What
have.
a bunch of morons.
Yep.
Mhm.
And then when you mess up, it's an accident.
Yeah, well, out of my control.
It's like, we put the wrong color. We started with the wrong color roofing on. You're like, oh, well, that was an accident. We're not morons.
Well, it's the shit they gave us. I mean, it wasn't our fault.
Actually, I don't even mind it after looking at it for a bit.
Yeah.
You know what they need-
you put the footing down when you're doing concrete, and it's a foot off. It's an accident. The plan was all messed up.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
If someone else were to do that, you'd be like, they are the biggest idiots I've ever met.
Yeah.
What kind of circus are they running at that company?
Yeah, and I think the only way to fix this is just to get like one spokesperson from each trade in a room, and let's just air grievances out.
Yeah. I think
That'd be
like a committee of trades.
yeah.
I don't know if it's gonna work though.
Be like
A lot of swearing.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like a jury deliberating over a murder case for like 8 days straight. Like that could be what this is. It could take 8 days for us to air.
So you're saying there
out.
should be a construction court,
Kind of, yeah,
and it's like subcontractors take each other to construction court to get them to change their behavior.
yeah. It's like you do a
And
judge.
that'll really speed things up.
Do it like in a Judge Judy style. It aired on. I mean, I would watch that shit on television.
Yeah, court TV.
Yeah,
Construction court
Construction
TV
court
would
TV.
be actually pretty great.
CCTV.
Because you could have all sorts of grievances. You could have laborer versus the foreman, you know?
Yep.
Be like, you said that we didn't have to work this weekend, then you changed your mind. And then like basically the judge says, no, from the evidence I have, you don't have to work Saturday.
Yeah. Inter squad court cases. That'd be another good one.
Yeah, and the gavel's just a mallet or something.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
I know this kind of sounds like a crazy idea, but isn't that exactly what the heads of the unions do?
Yes, it is.
It is.
I mean, that, yeah.
Okay.
I guess, yeah.
But are they going after each other? Or are
We're
they just
talking
going
about
after like
petty stuff, Tyler.
Okay,
We're
okay.
not talking about
Health insurance.
bad working environment. We're not talking that. We're talking petty grievances.
Okay.
Like I know he ate my sun chips at lunch.
10-4.
Yeah.
Yes.
Small claims.
Yeah. Little small claims.
Quite literally just claims against a coworker.
You know, the plumbers electricians didn't clean up after themselves, you
Yeah.
know.
Well,
Stuff like that. Not like, I could die because I'm doing this job. You'll let the unions, let the OSHA, we'll let them handle that.
Yeah.
We're talking petty grievances.
Yeah, it's like if the excavating company who did my house, if they like them bringing the drywallers who drove over the drain field and crushed it, it'd be like them bringing them to construction court TV.
Yeah, or maybe even more petty. Like Dave was the brace guy. And anytime the excavator would do a shit job and make the bank too wide from the wall, he would be pissed because then he'd have to extend the braces to be able to span it. And he was always pissed about that. Could bring him to construction court TV.
Yeah.
I'd watch that. That'd
I
be
would
great
too.
small town bar television.
Mm-hmm.
The subtitles.
Forget the Rhode Island judge, old man.
Yeah.
Who would be the best celebrity judge for this show?
Probably Mike Rowe.
Well, but he's going to be too.
That ain't bad.
It is good. But I feel like we need someone who's a little bit crazier.
Dave?
You, Myles?
Dave could be. I'm just stirring the pot the whole time, moving goalposts.
Oh yeah.
Always taking the concrete guy's side.
Just the record is that the plumber has never won a court case
Yeah.
in construction court TV.
Yeah, they could do like wins and losses records
Yeah.
based off of trade.
Like,
Like concrete guys, they're 13-0 right now.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't lost, and then the judge gets heat because he's a former concrete guy. There's conflict of interest, and then we go to a vote. Do we need to vote someone to win?
because Myles is the judge, now all HVAC companies have to change filters because he never sides with the HVAC company.
Yeah, it's anyone that comes in and complains about their HVAC, they just automatically win.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't change your filter for a year? I don't care. You win.
Well, no, then I would put it back on the HVAC guys. Like, you guys need to fucking invent something that doesn't rely so heavily on the air filters.
And I think they do. Now that I think about it, I think they do. It's like some sort of ozone type
Like
deal.
infrared shit.
Yeah, something like that.
I
But
didn't
Crazy expensive.
it is crazy
Yeah.
expensive. Yeah. Versus just buying air filters.
That's cheaper than replacing a unit.
Yeah. Me and Myles, though, we've decided we don't need HVAC guys anymore. We've just decided to take everything into our own hands.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
So we got all the air filters. Well, I mean, we changed all the air filters up on the roof.
I thought maybe it sounded like something bigger than just changing the
No.
air filters.
No.
That's pretty big though.
It is.
It is huge, dude. There's
Also,
fucking 7 units up there.
We had to change out 32 air filters on the roof of this building.
Holy shit.
But dude, by the end of it, the system we had going, like I mean, that took it.
Cash.
Yeah.
Ryan would go ahead. He'd open up the unit, get it all opened up. I would come behind. I would change out the filters. Then he would come loop back around and close up the unit for me.
and grab the shit filters.
Yeah, you guys are done in like a half hour.
Nice.
And that was just figuring it out in the first time. The next time is going to be like 10, 15 minutes.
That's 2 units
25
per
half.
minute.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know, yesterday I changed out all the batteries in the keep or the touchscreen
Thermostats.
type deals. Yeah. So we don't get charged $70 per battery next time.
So things
But
are looking up here.
Things are
Hell
looking
yeah.
great for us.
Like
It's going to be a record profit year because we're saving $70 a battery.
It adds up.
It does. Yeah.
We're gonna be here for 30 years.
That's
you
true.
know?
Yep.
So what? Twice a year we got to change out the fucking batteries. Also,
Dude,
that's
no,
not
it's
even
like
bad.
it's like twice a quarter.
It's a lot.
Fuckers die quick because the
Really?
units are so big.
Holy shit.
I know.
So that's $70. That's $140 a quarter. That's 400, 4 times 4, so $560 a year over 30 years. That's
15 grand, 16.
No, dude.
Now imagine if you put
It's
that on the
S&P
S&P.
500 doubles every 7 years.
There's probably 8. There's probably 8 touchscreen deals, and there's 4 batteries per. So 8 times 4,
That's a lot
32
of
total
math.
batteries times $70 per AA battery. That's $2,200 times what I say twice a quarter. So that's
It's
8 times a year.
$70 a
That's almost
battery.
$18,000 that we save just by you and I taking it into our own hands. So
$70 a battery.
fuck, that's what I feel like that's what the fucking invoice said last time.
That's probably just solid.
Yeah. 70 cents a battery.
Yeah.
Even $7 a battery
That is a
is
lot.
Yeah, it's insane. So
Oh, so yeah, I think it's funny that construction people are always bitching about the other one, but except for HVAC, they got everything coming.
Yeah.
They're always fucking up.
Not biased.
I'd like to be the
It's
bailiff.
never the homeowner's fault.
I'd like to be the bailiff in this new TV show.
I would love for you to be my bailiff.
Yeah.
Jared will be the, what do they call him? The stenographer.
Oh, I
Yeah.
couldn't do that.
Dude.
But you just record it on your podcast stuff.
No,
and then
yeah,
it'll-
I would
true.
say there's no way he can type fast enough.
Uh-uh.
Have you seen him try to Google stuff during the podcast?
Yeah.
No,
can't
Jared,
do it.
just record it and then have it run it through a captioning system.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got to do.
Easy.
Yeah. Those stenographers, I don't know how they do it.
You think we should just record it nowadays? We don't even need them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well,
Like
if you
if you do a Zoom meeting now, it'll just transcribe it in real time.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I don't know why we can't just do that for court.
You could be the sketch guy too, Jared. You could just like sketch a picture of the courtroom.
I'm terrible. If you think I'm a bad typer, I'm a worst drawer.
We gotta get you etch a sketch. We gotta get you practicing etch a sketch.
No, I couldn't do it. It would just be stick figures if I was doing that with 4 fingers.
Well, boys, should we take a break? We got some good stuff coming up.
Oh, yeah.
We got a photo
Yeah.
of Ryan,
Really?
Mhm.
I didn't even look at the breakdown. Okay.
and we also have the spelling bee.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Something that I forgot to tell you guys about was I was at the lake and I was driving the side by side down the road and I saw a lemonade stand on the side of the road.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and I was excited. I'm glad to see kids are outside.
Mhm.
First and
Always good.
foremost, always nice to see kids outside instead of playing Lemonade Tycoon on their
Yeah.
PC.
Especially battling the smoke too.
Yeah. And the next thing I saw was they had a black table with like a logo on it. And then they also had a sign there with a cool logo and cups with the same logo. And I was like, that's actually kind of cool that you can just like buy a lemonade set where then all you got to do is provide the lemonade and you got everything else you need. But then I started thinking a little deeper isn't the whole point of a lemonade stand to teach kids like how to be creative and solve their own problems?
Yeah.
instead of the parents just buying them a lemonade kit and then just giving them some sugar and water and some lemons and just say fuck off.
Maybe that was their reinvestment back into the business. Maybe they did that on a previous lemonade stand.
That is true.
You know, and then
that is true. I guess I maybe didn't see their bootstrap roots.
Yeah. They could have had handwritten signs for the last 2 years. Finally invested.
It was very funny. There was 3 kids. There was 2 girls. One was clearly the oldest, and then there was a boy who was probably in the middle.
Mhm.
So the oldest girl was just sitting on her phone the whole time. It was kind of funny.
Managed.
and
She's the foreman.
So this is a fancy lemonade stand that you could get a cup of lemonade, or you could get some shaved ice, like flavored ice. What's that called? Like
Hawaiian
a
ice?
snow cone.
Yeah.
Snow
Yeah,
cone.
yeah.
Snow cone. And so we ordered a couple lemonades and a snow cone, and just in hilarious fashion, the snow cone machine wasn't working.
Classic.
It's just like,
Yeah, McDonald's.
it doesn't matter where I go, I can't get a shake or a snow cone because whatever machine is down.
Well, I'm assuming the oldest girl was probably on a call with customer support for the snow cone machine.
Yeah,
That's why she was on her phone.
definitely.
That was it.
So,
But the boy is like, oh god, oh sure. He seemed like he was already 40 years old the way he's behaving. So there was a long, because it's a like electric thing. It's like a mini Margaritaville machine that just does the shaved ice essentially.
Fisher Price.
And so he's like starts like messing with it, and then he runs back to the garage and tinkers with where it's plugged in or something. Then he comes back out and he got it to work.
Nice.
So
Good
we got
on
some
him.
Flip
shaved
the breaker.
ice.
IT.
But yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty funny too. They like make the snow cone and then they just hand it to us and go, we put too much of the like flavoring in there. So, and I was like, I don't think that's possible.
Yeah.
I think nothing's worse on a snow cone than one with too little of flavoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just snow.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm still undecided on whether or not the kit is a cool idea or not.
I think the kit's a cool idea if Ryan's right on the reinvesting thing. Like, and maybe they're looking to franchise, so they built their bootstrap one. They raised enough money for kit number 1, and now kits 2, 3, and 4 are coming. They're gonna have every corner of that lake covered.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, imagine if they want to get into professional sports stadiums too, a lemonade stand in there, like they,
True.
I don't know.
Or maybe they put most of their brain power in branding, like with the logo and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's what the old one was
Well,
tinkering on
the
her
first
phone.
thing I thought was they just have too much. They have too much labor there.
Okay.
Inefficient
fat.
use.
Basically, there was clearly one person doing most of the work.
Mhm.
You know,
City workers.
it's classic
damn it,
city
dude.
worker situation with this lemonade stand.
Yeah.
The youngest one didn't do a lick.
How old?
That's good.
How old do you think the youngest one was?
The youngest one had to have been like 7.
Hmm. That's old enough to be helping.
Yeah.
More of an apprentice.
Well, there wasn't enough work. They were overstaffed. They should have cut someone early.
Well, I think that the issue is that they're not old enough to pay attention to the weather. They didn't know it was going to be that smoky where less people are going to be outside.
Mm.
So maybe they could actually hire more. They could hire someone to just feed them weather information like their dad.
And something, and then I started thinking like, God, if you were going to do a lemonade stand right, how would you do it? Well, I'd split the crew into 2 crews. And their mistake was they had their stand on a hill.
Mm.
So if you're going for a walk, well,
That's when you
No,
get the
you
most
want-
tired,
yeah.
though, is up the hill.
or do you want a sweet treat when you go down the hill? Or if people drive by and then they're going to walk to you afterwards, do they want to walk up a hill to get to your thing?
That's true.
I don't know. I think
And if I want a second glass, I now have to walk back up the hill.
they're keeping that in mind. They're like, if they want 2 glasses, they're just going to get one just in case, so they don't have to walk back up
That
this
is
hill.
true. The upsell. There's a lot going on.
Did they offer you a subscription box of lemonade at all? That seems where everything's going.
Yeah, well, they actually I had to check out on their app.
Okay.
That's how
Yeah.
it goes. I had to order and check out on the app.
You could tip right on it.
Yeah, I had to when I pulled up in the side by side, I had to say which which parking spot I was in, so that they could run it out to me.
Yeah. You know,
Takes 5 minutes for some reason.
Yeah,
Sorry, it's slow.
yeah, sorry, the snow cone machine's broken right now. I'm trying to fix that. They should have had the 7-year-old on his bike. Just like, we could do like lemonade delivery. So not only you have a physical location, but you can also be delivering
that is true.
to that part
And
of the
then
lake.
put a big flag on the back with their logo, and so that people will visually see it.
Yes. Yeah, we're saying we're kind of morphing the lemonade stand into an ice cream truck,
I
if
honestly,
you will.
the only problem with that is I don't trust a 7-year-old to be able to walk to me with a glass of lemonade
That
as
is
I was
true.
filling it, let alone ride a bike.
Yeah, and if we're looking to cut costs too, with delivery though, we're gonna make up a little there, but having to buy lids and straws, that's gonna cut into the bottom line.
That is true. That is very true. And I don't think the kit comes with lids
You know,
or
what
straws,
you know what they should do?
so the kids aren't going to know what to do.
Yeah, that's true.
We've got all these restaurants now where you cook your own food. You've got self-checkout. They should just sell lemonade kits where they give you a bottle of water, they give you some lemonade powder, and they give you some ice and send you on your way.
That's what these kids should be doing. They should be like the Cutco salesman of the lake,
Yep.
Yeah.
but with lemonade packets.
Mhm.
Smart, very smart. Yeah, I think. Okay, what are these kids doing on the road? We're on the fucking lake. Get on the
Yeah.
pontoon and go dock to dock instead of door to door.
Yeah.
That's actually a really good idea.
You don't have to worry about foot traffic. You are the foot traffic.
And what are people doing at the lake? Sitting on their porch and looking at the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what are you doing at the lake? You're drinking in water.
That
If
if my kid has the entrepreneurial spirit, I'm gonna lead him to that conclusion.
Mm.
I'm not gonna tell him you don't want to. You can't buy him the lemonade kit. You just got to lead him in the right direction to get there.
You can lead a horse to water or whatever that's.
Yeah. I'll lead him. I'll lead him to the water, and if he drinks, he drinks. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I'm not gonna shove his face in the water and jam water down his throat.
And you can't use the excuse either, like, well, they're too young to like drive a jet ski or a boat or whatever. We
Also-
can get one of those. What do they call
pedal boat?
Pedal
Yeah.
boats.
Yeah, is it a paddle boat?
That is true.
Yeah, get one of those.
Although
guys.
I was gonna say it sounds like a nice excuse to buy a pontoon.
true.
Mm.
Very
Honey,
true.
we got to invest in our son's business.
Yeah. What's a write off for the
Right
kid?
enough. Yeah.
Right off.
$80,000 write off.
Investors, possibly you.
How many years
Yeah.
would he have to be doing that to make back his money on an $80,000 pontoon?
Well, I guess it depends. There's a chain of lakes where you're at, so if you can
I actually think that the paddle boat is way better idea than the pontoon. Easier to get in and out of shore
Yeah.
big time.
and to roll up to docks. Great idea.
And if you're
Yeah,
off
you
to
don't have to
somebody's
worry about gas. I mean, the gas is in you.
fuel
Great
is in you.
exercise for him.
Yeah. Great exercise. They're outside in the sun.
Yeah. And if you go out to somebody's dock, it's going to be much harder for them to say no than on the road. You know?
Correct. You
Yeah.
just drive by. If you just go up to a dock and you're just sitting there on the dock drinking a beer, what are you gonna say?
Yeah.
No.
What are you going to tell these kids who just paddle all the way across the
Exactly.
lake to you? Actually, we're good. Go to the next one.
Mhm.
Also, let's do a little. I mean, we need add-ons, right?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's just a quick,
The upsell,
easy
yeah.
purchase. The upsell. You could either sell sunscreen by the bottle, or you could charge per spray down. So, like, you show up, someone.
I don't think I'm gonna let my kids spray down and lotion up adults.
I'm not
I'm out
paying.
on that.
Okay, well,
Nor am I buying that service from
Yeah.
a kid.
Okay, we'll have a pack of.
Of any upsell you could have done, that's what you chose.
No, but okay, we're gonna go.
you
pack
could have
of-
been like you could just have like a case of beer that he's selling beer by the can.
Well, that's illegal. You can't.
well, they're buying
It's-
lemonade.
It should be illegal to pay for sunscreen application for
I
your
think
kid.
it probably
Well,
is.
no, okay. What the original idea was, you just have a case of Banana Boat, spray, sunscreen, whatever. You get some cheap stuff, and
You just want a general store on the water then.
well, not
Yeah,
a
that's
more
not a bad
just
idea.
Not a bad
simple
idea.
upsell. Like a guy like you drinking in your picnic table type deal, you probably could use some sunscreen.
That is true.
If you're absolutely S-faced, you're gonna buy 3 bottles.
I'll buy 14 glasses of lemonade. If
I
I'm
know.
S-faced.
Well, also, you bought fucking 38 bottles of maple syrup from that one guy who reached out.
That is true. I did buy a lot of maple syrup from that kid.
God.
That was good shit.
It was
We
good.
still have some. Yeah.
It's so good we still have some.
But the other thing to keep in mind is that if you're by the lake, not as many people are gonna have their wallets. So what you need to do is you need to do a tab system because everyone's gonna buy more if they don't have to actually pay for it right now.
Yeah.
Then you
Get him a
just,
Venmo account too.
That's true.
Boat landing. Being instead of at top of the hill, boat landing would be a great spot.
Yeah, it would force traffic.
If we're dividing crews up, that is.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, and then
Divide and conquer. Yeah, you have a paddle boat crew, you have a road crew, and a landing crew.
yeah.
Dude, you would be running shit around there.
For people that don't pay their tabs, you keep a cinder block and a rope in your
Yeah.
paddle boat. And be like, is that your anchor? Be like, no, that's for people that don't pay their tabs.
Yeah.
You know how sick it would be if you had like a fleet of paddle boats on your beach. And every morning the kids wake up and like go and they just look like an army of lemonade stands going around.
They get
The
some.
neighbors by day 3 of the weekend, they're like, all right, I've had enough fucking lemonade.
That'd be awesome. Like you'd be running shit. I mean, pretty soon someone would probably approach you and want you to run illegal stuff.
That's paddle boats are easily portable. When people get sick, there's plenty of lakes. You just hop
Mhm.
on to the next one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, in other words, I don't think we need to be buying a kit. We need to be buying all this other shit.
Yeah. We need more details. We know what the reinvestment plan is.
We're in the business of making money.
Also, has inflation hit lemonade costs? What'd you pay per glass?
Good question.
I think it was $1.50 for the shaved ice and $1 for the lemonade.
I see what they did there with $1.50 because you have to give them 2. You ain't carrying 50 cents on you, and they're like, we don't change. You know,
Yeah. So what is
You
this?
got-
What is the total?
$2.50.
So $2, $3.50. I gave him a 10. Told him to keep it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's where you make your money in
Correct.
this business. Is not off of you. Charge 50 cents. People are giving you $5 for a
Mhm.
glass, saying
100%.
to keep it. That's you got to play on the heartstrings. You know.
Yeah.
It's like for $30, I'll put some vodka in this for you.
Yep. I'll run and get my dad, and he'll do it.
Yep.
So everything's legal.
It's
Plus-
still not legal. Dad doesn't have a liquor
Definitely not
license.
legal.
I mean, you're just a buddy giving a boost to. You know.
And that's what and what you got to do is you gotta always dangle a carrot for the customer with kids stuff. So like, you get them the shittiest paddle boat you can find, and then have like a sign on it saying that you're raising money for a better paddle
Yeah,
boat.
That's a great idea.
But never buy the better paddle
Mhm.
boat.
It's a great idea.
Tips go to better boat on your
Yeah.
little jar you have on there.
Mhm.
Yeah. ABD, always be dangling.
That's right. That's what I always say. So, if anyone's got kids that are thinking about lemonade stand, you guys can steal any of those ideas. They're pretty good.
Yeah. We ironed everything out right in front of you.
But don't tell them that's what they're doing. Got to guide them there.
Yeah.
Mhm.
ABD.
Jared, you said you have a photo of Ryan,
I have a photo of Ryan.
and I tried to get some information out of you, and you said, I'm going to save it for the podcast.
Mhm.
So I am completely in the dark here.
So,
And I cannot wait to see this photo of Ryan.
so a patron sent us this. Photo.
Is it an actual photo? Holy shit.
Where are you?
This is a.
Wow. I'm at the
Where
fucking
did
Post
you get
Malone
that
concert.
jersey?
This is a comedy concert or something in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
When did you go to Chattanooga?
When did I?
When did you get that?
When have I
ripped?
not been that fucking yoked?
When did you have that many veins popping out of your arm?
Holy shit. That's actually pretty accurate. Whoa.
I like that the patrons are just on the hunt for people that look like Ryan.
And then to snap a photo when I mean, there looks like a little bit of zoom on this photo, but
Mhm.
I mean, if anything, he's like 3 or 4 rows away. 3 or 4
I imagine
rows
this is
down.
what you look like when you were mud running.
Yeah.
A little beefier, or were you skinnier?
This is more so like powerlifting, Ryan. Mud running was a little bit
Leaner.
a little bit leaner, much leaner. This is more so like 1,000-pound club, Ryan. More so like 1,500 pound.
Also,
club.
I didn't know you were such a big mayhem fan wearing a jersey. So for those that don't know, Ryan is wearing looks like a dupe of a Michael Jordan jersey, but instead of saying Bulls on the front, it says Mayhem.
Yeah. What do you guys think about the double Apple Watch too? I've been trying that out a little bit.
What the fuck? Is that actually what that is?
It
Well, yeah,
looks
I
like
bought
it.
2 of them. I was like, well, I'm not just gonna leave one at home.
I feel like one is an Apple Watch. One is white and one is black. I feel like he's wearing his girlfriend's.
So she doesn't
It
lose
didn't.
it.
It didn't fit with her outfit, but she wanted it around.
Or one's one of those whoop
Oh yeah.
wristbands that like track your sleep and shit. This guy looks like he tracks his sleep.
Big time.
Looks like he
Yeah.
tracks
Looks
it.
like
If
he's
it-
pretty fucking tired to me.
Yeah, he tracks his sleep, but then they'll slam 48 beers in a night.
Yeah. And then his alter ego when he's shit faced is Mayhem. And we can't see his fingers because if that's not a Whoop band, then he's probably got like an aura ring.
And you
on.
want to know how I know he's drunk? Because of the little hairs that are sticking out from his
Sweating
hat.
a little bit.
Big time.
They're
Yeah.
like stuck to his forehead.
Hot air does rise though, and he looks like wow. And I would never sit that high at an event like that. I'd be.
I don't know. We went to that Luke Combs concert. You were basically in the rafters while Ann and I were on the floor.
No, I was in second row. I was in second row.
Second row of the nosebleeds.
I was in second row of just like back of the floor seats.
I mean, to us people that go to that are on the floor, any seat not on the floor is the nosebleeds. So
I'll come into work with that, or I'll come into the podcast next week with that fit on if you want me to.
Do you have a Mayhem jersey?
You have
Yeah,
2 Apple Watches.
that got lost that night. I was shirtless within the next hour, I think. So I don't have that jersey anymore, but I'll wear something similar. And no, I don't have 2 Apple Watches. Those got lost too.
Mhm.
I had to trade.
also, whoever
Trade
took
someone
this
for a new
photo
bride.
needs to learn where to focus the camera. They got all the focus on the guy's head.
Dude, that's actually fucking wild how. And I can't grow
That's
hair
kind of
there, I guess.
cross-eyed.
Looks like he stared at the camera like pissed off.
Yeah, he's also. I mean, he's an
Little
absolute
snarl.
thread away from a unibrow.
A pixel away.
Yeah,
That's just shadows.
you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought that was
Huh?
funny.
That's fucking crazy. Who sent that in?
Let me find it quick. I had it up here.
Shout out.
Biggie Beer Gut.
Yeah, shout out Biggie B.
All right, Jared, we now have the long-awaited annual spelling bee coming up. Okay, he came prepared. Do you see that?
Dude,
He pulled out materials for this.
Whoa.
been since Monday.
Now the question is
Today's
did we
Tuesday.
get a yellow jacket or not?
What do you think?
I mean, I probably told you that that's the only thing you got to do between now and the next spelling bee.
Well, you said that, and you wanted to make a deal or no deal style with 25 models standing in here.
I do remember that proposal.
And so bring in the models.
Not this year.
Jared, you got to do one. And then they'll all walk in.
Yeah. So
Yeah, what else did I did? Those are the stipulations. We have to get a gold jacket and models. Was there anything else I said?
I was thinking about, you said you wanted to be like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, so you guys could call somebody, but I didn't really know how to work that out in my brain, how that would work for you guys to call somebody and not to cheat.
We could just call someone.
And not to cheat.
Oh, have
How-
them not cheat.
Right.
Got it.
We could just all agree
Yeah.
upon the person.
You'd have to FaceTime.
And it would be like,
Gotcha.
I was battling if it should be like a 15-second timer, but I don't know. I didn't think it would work.
So like if Ryan wants to call someone, me and Myles have to agree that that person's okay to call. We don't think they'll cheat.
You know
Yeah.
what, Jared? You're kind of starting to sound like the fucking PGA, just resistant to change.
well, there is a
You
change
sound
this
like
year.
the MLB.
There is a slight change this year. I put all the names in a hat, and I'm going to pick them one by one instead of just picking and choosing off a sheet.
All the names?
All
Or
the
the
words.
words.
All
Yeah.
the words. Okay, I was gonna
Smart.
say fuck.
Yeah.
He's got a specific pocket in that hat for the IEEI words for you, Myles.
Don't. God, I forgot about that. All right.
Who has the jacket?
All right. So what are the rules again, Jared? For the annual You Betcha Radio Spelling Bee, what are the rules?
Double elim.
Double elimination. What happens if all three people get eliminated on the same round? Is everyone back in?
Yeah. That's been the rules.
Or how about the last person gets in? It's just like dodgeball. If you, yeah,
we do this every year.
I know.
So Tyler gets it wrong. I get it wrong. Ryan wins.
No, I
Double
think
elim. You can get 2 wrong.
if I get it
Let's
wrong,
say-
if that's our second time getting it wrong for all of us in one round, then what I say is we each get another word, and if you get it right, you're back in.
Well, if all fail, no one fails. So if there's only 2 people left and we both get it wrong on that round, then we do
We
another
just keep
round.
going.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until there's one man standing
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
with the yellow jacket. Who won? What's the record? Who's all won?
You won the first year,
I
Myles.
think it was all one.
I think so.
Ryan won the second year. Tyler won the third year, and Ryan won the 4th year. So this is our 5th year doing this.
Holy shit.
So wait, you're 2-time champ?
Yeah, 2-time.
Okay.
There's 2 extra.
How are we deciding the order of who goes first?
Winner usually goes first. That's what we've
Okay,
been
so
doing.
Ryan's up first, and we
Mhm.
go in a clockwise or
See, I-
counterclockwise. I mean, these are the questions you
Yeah,
gotta
yeah,
foresee, Jared.
I also think loser should go
This is our
last.
5th year doing this.
Loser should, or winner of last year should go last, because then they can kind of,
We've been doing winner first every year.
Okay.
So-
Why fix what's not broken? It's not broken at all.
It's perfect. I
So,
don't see anything wrong with
Are we
this.
going counter or regular clockwise?
We'll go clockwise.
Okay, so we're
Me, Tyler, Myles.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. Pick the first word here. It's not a really good shake. Misspell.
In a previous year, I got this wrong. God damn it.
Okay, headphone warning.
Say it. Will you say it again?
Misspell.
How did I spell it last time? Misspell. MISPLL. Misspell.
Is there
Incorrect.
2 S's?
There's 2 S's.
Oh, God.
So you've gotten that right once. You got it right last year. And the year before you misspelled. So this is your 1 and 2 on misspell.
You've misspelled it 2 out of 3 times.
Yep.
All right, I shouldn't be laughing because I'm still having
Yeah.
to go.
So Tyler, you're next.
Yep.
Testosterone. I think I
Okay.
said it. Testosterone.
Okay. TESTERONE. Testosterone.
Incorrect.
Testosterone.
Oh, I fucking missed the toss.
Yep.
Oh my
Yeah.
god!
Yeah.
You missed OST.
I did.
Yep, you missed that one.
I spelled it.
We are dumb.
We're dumb. I spelled it right in my head and then just forgot 3 letters. Testosterone, baby.
Testosterone.
Need that fucking testosterone booster.
We have Miss Pell and testosterone so far. Let's see what I cook up.
All right, Myles. Mischievous.
Motherfucker.
Mischievous.
No, the word's mischievous.
Mischievous motherfucker.
You got this.
Yeah, okay.
You got this.
Say it again.
Mischievous.
MISCH. God. EIVOUS. Was that even
Incorrect.
close?
It was
You're-
MISCHIEVOUS.
You
I before E, except
It's
after C.
GVOUS is how I spelt it.
you add an extra I at the end too.
All right, we're all still good.
Hey, strike one.
Okay, now we go.
I was at least the closest.
I mean, I was only one letter
Yeah,
off.
that's true. That was a hard word.
That was.
It was.
I would have had no clue.
definitely harder than misspelling testosterone.
There are some easier ones this year, so
Also, are you pulling out of the same hat?
Yeah.
So he got misspelled the
Swear
first
to
one,
God.
and I got an IE one the
Swear to
first,
God.
and I still got it fucking wrong.
swear. Yep.
and Tyler
That
got,
is horseshit.
Tyler
I'm
got
calling for the committee to look into this.
and Tyler got testosterone after being low T.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
this is
Jared, it
how many
does
hats you
seem
got
rigged.
back there?
Just one. All right, Ryan. Assassination. Assassination.
We gotta stop with these double S words. Assassination. ASA. SS. INITION. Assassination.
Incorrect. ASSASSINATION.
You almost spelled ascension.
I didn't say ATION.
So if one of us gets this next one right, you're done. You're done.
You're done.
it's ASS. ASS.
Yep.
Ass.
Didn't Ryan win with one correct word?
I think so.
I don't remember.
We are headed for that right now.
That's it. I think that's right.
All right, Tyler.
Hit me.
Q. Like a Netflix
Fucking
queue.
easy, dude.
Oh my god.
QUEUE.
Got it.
Q.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Got it.
So fucking easy. So if I get this wrong, right, Tyler wins.
Hell yeah.
All right, Myles. Biscuit.
It's fucking easy too.
Biscuit.
BISQU.
You good?
IT. What is it?
BISCUIT. Biscuit.
Why did I think there was a Q?
Because of Bisquick, the pancake mix.
All right, Tyler wins. Why did I? Yeah, I definitely was thinking
You
Bisquick.
totally were thinking Bisquick.
Did you have pancake? Have you had pancakes lately? I've
had, yeah. I mean, I've had pancakes
Dude.
sooner than I've spelled biscuit. That is the dumbest. Is it BISQUIT or is there another E in there somewhere?
Bisquick.
no
The
Bisquick is
Why do you spell biscuit?
BISCUIT.
Yeah, it's just.
Like
you
biscuits
had
and
it all
gravy.
right. You just swapped the C and the Q.
you should have just spelled Bisquick and be like, "Oh, I was spelling the wrong word. I gotta go back.
Wow. I think Tyler wins.
Hell yeah.
That
What a
Very
show!
I
nice.
mean, that was my biggest blunder. I don't even have an excuse for that one. That was just full blown. I was thinking about
Is
Bisquick.
it pancake brain?
Oh my god! Can we redo that?
Can we run it back?
We can. I have 20 words, so we can do more.
So we got through 6 words.
Yep.
That is so
It's like a
bad.
14 word.
And the one word was Q.
Yep.
A word with 3 letters in it.
3
5.
letters.
No, there's only 3 separate
yeah,
letters
yeah.
in the whole word.
That's a tricky one, though.
That was bad. That was really bad.
Because it could have been QCUE.
I'm actually pretty mad about getting that word wrong.
Ryan fucking lost it. when you said
I came back straight face though.
yeah, after like a minute like this, you were just like vibrating.
I had Q on the brain.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Seabiscuit, the movie?
No.
See, that would have helped.
That would have helped. It's a good movie.
Should we do another round?
Yeah. And I think if Myles and I both get ours right, then it resets so Tyler doesn't win.
It also goes to fucking show you don't need spelling to be successful in life.
No, that's right. Also, if you're a good speller, then that's the more you have to fucking help your kid
Honestly,
with spelling
I
homework.
think that spelling words correctly is actually a detriment to success. You're wasting time on menial things like spelling.
If you're adding it, if you're adding an extra letter, it's just more time.
If you're not using autocorrect, you are wasting
dweeb.
time.
Even autocorrect doesn't spell shit right; it just changes it up on you.
Why
This
you-
is some bad showings for me.
You did so well the first year.
I know I'm definitely getting dumber. I can tell you that much.
Hey, it's
I just
techno-
spelled biscuit with a Q.
Dumber, Dummer.
All right, let's throw some more fucking words at it.
Ryan
Go-
did that shit last
Let's go
year.
rapid fire since it doesn't fucking matter because Tyler already fucking won.
Mhm, play the music.
All right, Ryan. Facility.
FACILITY facility.
Got it.
Tyler,
This
go.
is so
Hey,
One sec. Diabetes.
DIABETES.
Got it.
Diabetes.
All right. Privilege.
PRIVILAGE.
There's no A.
What is it?
PRIVILEGE.
Oh, really?
that's a tough one.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't think that's how you spell that word. I think how I spelled it is how you spell it.
I'll Google it.
Right.
I'm 0 for 3. No, fuck these guys. I need to get one right. Keep firing
right.
them at me until I get one right.
Synonym. Like it's the same type of
Okay,
word.
really?
You got this one.
Not like apple crisp cinnamon. It's like the grammar thing. Synonym.
Like same.
Same. Yep.
SYNONYM.
Got it.
Nailed it.
There we go.
Hey, I think we should fucking give one to Jared.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I'm not a good speller, but let's try it.
Yeah. Fuck you, Jared. Where's my phone? 'Cause I can't just do one off the dome. We'll ask GPT.
Jared,
I'll
Jared,
do like a medium hard one.
I got one for you to start. Mortician.
MORTICIAN.
Yeah, you got it.
Yes.
That was way too easy.
Correct.
I asked GPT for a hard word to spell, and it gave me flockenonschinification. Can't even say it.
Okay, you got one, or you want me to go?
I want your word is conscientious.
Ooh. CONSCIEENCOUS.
Wrong.
It's a tough one.
You add an extra E, I think. I don't remember what you said. You add an extra E.
How you spell it?
CONSCIENTIOUS.
Oh, there's a T in there.
And you didn't add a T.
Okay, I got one for you.
Okay.
Facade.
FACADE.
I know all of these other words. All right. One more, Jared.
Okay.
We're waiting. We're waiting.
WAITING.
Spell bureaucracy.
Ooh.
BUE CERACY.
BUR
Oh, there's an R.
EAUCRACY. All right. So we all are equally bad spellers.
Yeah, we are.
But Tyler is the new champ, the new reigning champ. Ryan, you got to hand off the yellow jacket this year. So you've won two, and I've won one.
Yep.
Thank God I won that first year. I don't think I'll ever win again.
I mean, we progressively have just been getting so much worse.
Significantly.
I think it was a pretty good showing year one.
I think he's also picking harder words.
Dude, I don't think he is.
Biscuit?
I genuinely think the words have gotten easier.
I will admit that was bad. That's one I won't. I'll try and scrub that from the internet when my kid becomes of age. I don't need him thinking less of me.
Okay, I'll bleep that whole thing out.
Well, no, you don't have to bleep it out for like 10 years.
Okay.
So re-upload a new one 10 years from now and just bleep that part out just so he can never find out.
Okay. This will determine whether we're getting dumber or smarter. Myles, this word's for you. Beige. This is the nail in the coffin last year.
Oh yeah, a year or two ago.
Yeah.
BEIGE.
There we go.
Hey, we're good.
There we go. There we go. A quick little IQ test. We're on the up and up.
A heat check.
Anyone after this want to go get some Bisquick and gravy? That was really dumb. There's no other way to put it. We basically handed that to Tyler and the plan.
Yeah.
I mean, after I spelled testosterone, you just gave it to me.
I know. Next year, remind me, Jared. Okay, so now this is the portion where we talk about next year.
For next year.
So next year, I need you to remind me to not talk shit to anyone because I laughed at both of them and then I got Biscuit wrong. So remind me, this is just a little note, to not make fun of anyone until after I win. Secondly, I'd like the words to be a little easier. I think we should do a build-up scale.
Yes, they should.
Because you can't just whip out fucking the hardest words right away. It just kills our confidence.
See, essentially, my first thought was to do that, and then I was like, "Oh, I'll just do the names in the hat thing."
So you know what you should do, Jared?
It's like football teams. They always put their easiest game right at the beginning of the season, just to build confidence going into the season. Like Alabama plays fucking
Norfolk
Louisiana
State.
Tech.
Sure. So maybe like a easy hat, a medium hat, and
Totally.
a hard hat.
Just go 8th grade spelling words, 10th grade, senior year.
Okay.
And you got to
Do,
also
3
remember
hats.
that this is an entertainment show, Jared, and us getting 5 out of 6 wrong, the people don't want to tune in for that.
You're right. You're right.
That's why college football is a lot more fun sometimes. It's like you just get 50-point games left and right. So I think if we were the MLB, we would throw in a juiced ball next spelling. But we'd juice it up. We'd allow corked bats. We'd have steroids be legal. That's next year is the year of the bee.
Okay.
And I want you to say that next year. I want you to say this is the year of the bee, and the first 4 rounds are going to be easy words.
It's like car.
I mean, do you want to go to a home run derby and see strikeouts? I mean,
I wonder if we did third grade spelling bee words, how long it would take for one of us to get it wrong and the embarrassment that would follow.
yeah. I just think
So we should do a bee derby next year.
Yeah, we just got too many pitching duels going on right now, and we need this to be a home run battle.
Yeah, like here's this is 3rd grade weekly spelling words, week 24. Family, children,
Family.
children.
Yeah, it's a
Parent.
good tier 1.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tier 1.
I'll keep that in mind.
So you're gonna need 3 hats.
Okay.
Easy, medium, and hard. Tier 1, 2, or 3, however you want to label it. Yeah. I think that's all the changes I'd like to make for next year. I'd also like us to get a yellow jacket.
Okay.
We've been saying that
like
since
5
year
years in
one.
the making.
And I'd like to be there to be a black patch, kind of like a bee color scheme, but not like striped. That's too on the nose.
Right.
Just a black patch with an emblem that says Annual YBR Spelling Bee Champion.
Okay.
And then down the sleeve, I'd like to have the years and the name of the person that's won it. And I think it should start with like let's just say we start with year 1 and go down. It's just like it should look someone like an inverse pyramids. Like the first year, the name should be the biggest. And then as it goes down, it just keeps smaller to where you almost need a magnifying glass to read it. On the sleeve would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
And also it's like whoever won the first one, I don't remember who it was, like they should probably like get their face embroidered on it somewhere with like a crown on their head. Kind of the father of the bee. They named the Lombardi trophy.
Oh, true.
So
What was
whoever won, we should just name the jacket that person's name. So these are just simple things that I want to see done for next year.
Okay. And now Tyler has to.
Next year, I'd like to see triple elim as well.
Yeah, I would too.
Okay, triple.
So that we can go 8 for 9. Or
Well, then we just have 3 more chances.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going triple elim.
Entertainment show.
We're trying to entertain. Trying to hit home runs.
I think you have to pick the dinner now for Tyler.
And we're about 1 spelling bee away from being able to get 1 mess up. So you get a second crack at them. We're not doing that this year. We'll see how next year goes.
I'm mulligan.
Yeah, like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire is like you can use your 1 mess up and then you can like that gets crossed out.
Yeah,
You're
we're
back.
1 year away. Maybe we'll see. It's being tossed around in the ether of like, should we add if you knew it but you got it wrong,
Yeah.
you can just like you can hit you can hit the nut button.
Entertainment
and that
show.
means that you get to go back in.
Yeah, I knew it, but I got it wrong. If I'd have focused a little bit more, I'd have got it right.
Right.
That type of deal.
Yeah.
Because
Entertainment show.
I was watching a TikTok live last night of a guy who he races marbles down a track, and it's called like Cactus Canyon Track, and everyone that got last would get eliminated until there was only one. Well, it just kept going on I watched for like a half hour. It just kept going on because the rule was that you could buy a baby dragon on the TikTok live and bring one of the marbles back to life after they were eliminated, and it just went on and on.
Yeah.
So we should shoot it live, and then if anyone sends baby dragons, they get to choose that person to give them an extra life. That's
I
in
don't
the
mind
ether.
that.
That one's
Yeah, entertainment
that
show.
one's just getting tossed around.
You're right. I'll do better next year.
We would hope. I'll do better next year too. I don't think I can get worse than this year. This is my worst showing by far. Well, is that it? You got a fun fact or no?
Oh, I do. Yeah. Sorry. Completely forgot.
This is turning into the Jared show for crying out loud.
Okay. Oh crap. Just had it. Worker bees live for about 2 to 4 weeks in the summer, but if they hatch late and are part of the hive that remains for the winter, they live up to 11 months. These winter bees are called diatinus, a Latin word that means long lasting.
So you want to be born in the fall.
Yeah. Born late, live long.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine living for 2 to 4 weeks. Like how much shit you got to jam in. Like the places you got to, it's like, think
can't
of
be
how
like-
fast you got to go through your bucket list.
Yeah.
It's so hard to finish Game of Thrones in 2 weeks.
Game of Thrones, seeing the pyramids.
Yeah.
And I'm not just talking about the ones in Giza. I'm talking about the ones made by the Aztecs as well.
Yeah. You damn near got to find a partner right out of the womb.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to be fucking
Don't-
day one.
You don't want to
Yeah.
die a virgin.
Because you want to have a little bit of retirement. You can't just be raising kids your whole life.
Yeah, you don't want to be the 12-day virgin and then die 2 years later.
That would suck.
12-day version.
Because that's all your bucket list consists of,
Mm-hmm.
is getting that queen bee.
I don't. Bees don't fuck, do they?
No idea.
I didn't foresee
Doesn't
that.
the queen just lay eggs?
Well, something needs to fertilize the eggs. I don't know if they're fertilized before they come out of here or if the bees fertilize them after.
Yeah, the drone bee, male bees, whose primary role is to mate with a queen. They do not gather food or contribute to hive maintenance, as opposed to the worker bees.
She's just
So she's the Bonnie Blue of bees.
Yeah.
Bonnie
She's
Blue
get-
of Bees, great band name.
just getting hive run on her.
What's up, guys? I'm Bonnie Blue, and we're gonna do the beehive challenge today.
Bonnie
Call us
Buzz.
the blue bees.
So they do fuck.
They do bee
Yeah.
fucking.
I didn't know there was this many type of bees either. It's kinda
Oh yeah,
interesting.
it's a whole hive.
Yeah, we're not even going to start talking about wasps.
Yeah.
That's a whole.
I don't know.
fucking
I don't
story.
get wasps.
Don't even mention the name hornet, because that's a whole different hornet's nest we go down.
What about yellow jackets?
Dude, do not.
Dude,
What about?
Don't
what
say
about-
yellow
what
jacket in
about-
front of Myles.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Still
Triggering.
Oh yeah.
Well, guys, thanks for tuning in to another episode of the You Betcha Radio podcast. We love you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Love you.
Till
Love
next
you.
year's spelling bee.
Oh, you betcha, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you rather have to physically skip to every destination you would otherwise walk to, or would you rather have to do the Michael Jackson hee hee after any time you order food?
Hee because it's gonna
Yeah,
get a laugh
for sure.
every time.
Yeah,
And nothing's better than goofing around with the waiter or waitress.
yeah. And I don't
You
even
know?
think you need to explain yourself after you do it either. It's just it's kind of just a funny bit.
Tell you what, though, you're gonna be feeling pretty fabulous if you skip everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like can you be in a bad mood while you're skipping?
That's what I was
Like
just gonna ask.
like imagine being pissed off at something. Like let's say Ryan's across the warehouse and he says something to me that pisses me off and I'm gonna run after him. Imagine being mad while skipping over to try
Yeah.
and beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, by the time you catch me, you're gonna be over it. You're gonna be smiling.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be. It's like kind of like riding a jet ski. You
Yeah.
can't be mad
Yeah.
while riding a jet ski.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like trying to sneeze with your eyes open. You're like I don't think you can skip without smiling.
Mm-hmm.
So
So if you're ever pissed off, start skipping.
just start skipping.
There's also no manly way to skip.
No.
I have yet to see someone skip in a manly way.
If we're talking like like the high knees.
Yeah, we're not talking calisthenics.
Okay,
here, Ryan.
I mean
We're
that's the
we're
closest.
talking playground skipping.
Then you're right.
Put
You're
your head
correct.
side to side.
Like that.
Yeah. And you're not gonna skip with your arms crossed. That's
I'll
what I'm
do the
rolling to.
double quarter pounder with cheese.
With fries.
It's funny. I actually might start doing that.
Yeah, and then you forget to order ranch. Can I get a thing of ranch with that too?
It's funny. I'm absolutely choosing that.
Or
Yeah.
you're just on DoorDash. And you just use the app, but every time you hit place order, you're
You have to
going
message. You have to message the DoorDash driver and just say hee hee.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. What would you you want to, how would you like your steak done? I like a medium rare. All right. What would you like for a side? I'll do the mashed potatoes. Well, you actually get 2 sides with that, so you can pick another one. Okay. Well, I'll do the steamed vegetables as well. Okay, and then what would you like to drink? I'll do an old fashioned. Like, I mean, depending on what you order, you could get 5, 6, 7 of them out in one shot.
Yeah. And over the course of a dinner, it could be 10. If you get appetizers and dessert.
Correct. Yeah.
Another drink.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Another drink. Yep. Yeah. You run out of ranch. You got to order more ranch. The bill too.
Yeah.
You got to do the bill.
And the mint.
Yeah. The little Andes mint they give you.
You don't order that.
No, I know, but
Navin R. Johnson. Who would win in a times table / division table matchup?
I'm not a fast test taker, so probably not me, but we should do it.
we should do it because I used to fucking run train on the class and those things.
There's always that one kid that would just
Yeah.
go crazy.
Yeah, yeah, and it just same with like keyboard class. Like, there's a one kid, and it's like, how are you fucking doing it that fast, you
Mhm.
fucking motherfucker?
So that's sustainable.
I
Yeah.
was probably bottom 30% every time. I was not last, but I definitely wasn't in the middle. I was right in between.
Do you guys remember how was that grade? How was that graded again? Because you just got, what was it, 1 minute to fill out like all of the answers?
As many as you could.
Okay,
And,
and
then you get 1 minute to fill out as many as you can. And then
Yeah.
then they grade them. So everyone you didn't even attempt, you get one wrong.
sure, okay,
And then if you got them wrong, they'd mark them wrong.
we should do that.
Seems like a bad system. Doing it times like that.
Yeah, I mean, especially now, we just don't. I mean, quick multiplication you should be able to do because it's way easier. But even that, you still probably could do it just fast if you whipped out
Yeah.
your phone.
What's 9 times 5?
45.
Hey, Ryan won that one.
I wasn't even listening. Give me another one.
8 times 7.
56.
56. Fuck. So I'm just.
You're
Half
there, yeah,
second-
you
I'm
know
a quarter
it.
of a second behind.
Yeah,
5 times 5.
25. That was me.
Oh,
that's a tie, I think.
10 times 12.
120.
120.
11 times 11.
111. 121.
121.
121.
There you go.
No, 122.
121.
121.
Yep, 1 times 1 is 1. Square root of 12.
3?
Square-
No, 6.
No, square root of 144 is 12.
Yeah, yep.
That's what you meant.
Yep, there we go.
Stupid prime numbers.
That was idiotic, Ryan. Jesus Christ. Yeah, let's do a square root table.
Barb Dwyer.
It's the square root of 49.
7.
He's dialed in.
Is this your states and caps?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I got 100% on states and caps. I just wasn't super fast at it.
You got 100%?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Easy. I mean, that's not timed, though.
I mean, he had to study. I didn't have to study.
I studied. I studied like 5-10 minutes.
Technically, every class is timed. So,
That's true. Like 52 minutes or 48 minutes or something.
yeah.
Well, now don't they do like hour and a half with less of them? in a
Yeah,
day?
4
Fucking-
classes a day. I don't know. Fucking
Jesus,
stupid.
Jesus.
They don't
No
know what they're
wonder
doing.
that fucking younger generation is the way it is. We got a fucking block system.
And then like we'd have like a
Dumbasses.
pep rally, that would take like an hour and a half at the end of the day. So every class was like 28 minutes long.
Yeah, it was the best.
And the first like 8 minutes of each class is either start like getting into it and then there's like a wind down. So essentially every class was like 12 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it's great when you had classes that taught by like one of the coaches of one of the
the
sports,
best,
like
yeah.
basketball, football, whatever. Because I mean, you were smoking and joking about the game for the first 10 minutes.
Well, and on game day, they're like, yeah, just watch a fucking movie.
Yeah.
I'm dialed into what fucking South High's doing.
Yeah, they're getting game plans ready to go, and
Do you guys like pep rallies or no?
yeah, I loved them.
Just to get out of class. Is
I mean,
probably
the
bad.
Yeah.
pep rally itself was dumb.
Yeah.
But just being in an auditorium or a gym with your buddies is always a good time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot of shenanigans going on at pep rallies.
So many shenanigans.
We couldn't go into the bleachers in our school though. Could we? Yeah. No, I was never underneath the bleachers kid. I got to like age 13 and I'm like, I better not go under the bleachers. Good decision made by me.
What would happen under there?
I don't know.
just hanging from the
Just fucking
stuff.
yeah, climbing up to
Fucking
the
sticking bubble gum everywhere.
yeah
You know,
experimentation.
just
probably.
like finding old like gym kickballs and fucking
yeah.
pelting your butt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Around all the dangerous metal.
Yeah. And then you find your buddy who's sitting in the bleachers and you poke him in the butt.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, you're
Yeah, you find like an old like broomstick and you shove it up your buddy's ass who's sitting on the bleachers.
Give it an oil change.
Yeah, you're trying to like step around like the Copenhagen shoes that
The old programs.
yeah, old programs. Yeah.
Once in a while you get some popcorn.
Yep. Yep.
It's a nice little snack.
Yeah.
That was the best.
And then you'd always at one point do like a race to the other side, and you had to like, because you know there's like the metal things on the ground.
Yeah.
You had to fucking do like the high knees through them all.
Yeah.
Very dangerous down there.
Yeah,
Yeah, very.
and then you just start climbing on shit.
It's like monkey bars.
Yeah. I mean, it's like it's a teenage playground is what it is. You know, you could be smoking weed down there, or you could be like cleaning up, helping save the environment.
It'd be such a bold choice smoking weed under there during a pep rally.
It's just going straight up through the bleachers. Like that's why, yeah, behind the egg shop is the spot.
Yeah.
Guys, if you want more You Betcha Radio, you got to check out our Patreon. You got to go to patreon.com/You Betcha Radio or look us up on the app, and we have hundreds of hours of other episodes on there that you can't get unless you're signed up. So you got to check us out on Patreon. You Betcha Radio, baby.